Good afternoon, and welcome to the Caps 13 Variety Show. My name is Chris, and I am joined by my co-host Jude, who is currently over in his band. We have a lot to go over today, but to kick things off, we are taking our attention over to the Little Green Men as they start our broadcast off with a live performance.
Off my feet. Nights apart, I can forget my middle name. In my heart, honey, your voice is here to stay. Jocelyn Goodwin. Ooh, baby, I love the way you move your feet. You say things we can't afford a bite to eat. Nights apart, I can forget my middle name. In my heart, honey, your voice is here to stay. Whenever the sun don't shine, whenever the moon has gone to bed, I'll be waiting on bated breath. Whenever the bridge floats over, I don't suppose you wanna be with me. Ooh, baby, I love the way you move your feet. Ooh, maybe we can afford a bite to eat. Solo, Jocelyn.
Oh my gosh, we've been doing it quite a few years. I would say at least 5 or 6 years.
First responders have always been known as people who respond to emergencies that happen around town. However, these men and women are dedicated to helping their community in more ways than one.
Badges and Burgers is an event that police and the fire department do to assist and provide a donation to the Children's Advocacy Center.
Year after year, firefighters and police officers alike come out to grill burgers to sell to the community, with all proceeds going to the Children's Advocacy Center, and they're determined to make the day something special.
We started about 8 o'clock this morning getting everything set up. We started yesterday. We spent 4 or 5 hours yesterday just prepping the produce, the lettuce, the onions, tomatoes and stuff. We fired up the grills about 9 o'clock and we've been cooking ever since.
First responders from the department were more than happy to talk about how important serving their community is to them.
I love my little hometown. The fire trucks leaving and running emergency everywhere just got me hooked. I enjoyed it. The lights is really what, the emergency lights and running the calls and the fire and all that, that's what got me started. But being here, getting to be with the guys for 24 hours, that's what made me stay, is all of that.
You know, it's a volunteer basis. There are some people who obviously couldn't make it. But this is something that the guys do try to get to. And if they do, they just make a big party of it. So.
Badges and Burgers has made a huge impact on the Children's Advocacy Center and the community at large, and the first responders running the event don't plan on stopping.
We absolutely love doing this. It's a lot of fun. Everybody gets together, and you know, we're just, again, having fun, and it's all for a great cause.
That was Badges and Burgers by Caps 13 reporter Brianna. Badges and Burgers takes place in November of each year and is run by the Fire and Police Department. If you'd like to donate to the Children's Advocacy Center, you can visit their website at cacpittsburgh.org. Coming up next, we have a pop. Founded in the year 2009 by Pittsburgh High School's vocal music teacher, Susan Loshman, the Pittsburgh Multi-Generational Chorus is one of the biggest musical acts in our small town. With over 100 different members and spanning over 5 decades worth of time, Pittsburghians both young and old come together and share their musical talents with the community. Singing, dancing, and live musical performance. Head on over to facebook.com and search for the Pittsburgh Multi-Generational Chorus to find out when you can catch them live.
I love multi-gen! I love multi-gen! I love multi-gen! I love multi-gen!
Welcome back to the Variety Show. My name is Chris.
And my name is Jude.
On our next segment, we have a pop culture update. In pop culture news, the GTA 6 trailer has finally dropped, 10 years after the release of the critically acclaimed GTA 5. This new game from Rockstar follows a Bonnie and Clyde duo around Miami. The game is set to release in 2025 on the Xbox Series S and S and PlayStation 5.
23andMe lost data for 6.9 million people in a hack on Friday, December 1st. While initially claiming that the breach only affected 14,000 people on Friday, they later recounted said statement to include the updated number. The company has confirmed that the breach gave hackers access to all affected accounts' personal data, including their genetic history and self-reported location.
Rolling Stone released their top 100 albums of the year, with SZA's SOS given the #1 spot. Other albums on the list include Boy Genius's The Record in the #2 slot, and Olivia Rodrigo's Guts, which took 5th place.
The Oxford English Dictionary's Word of the Year is a competition that honors recently created words or expressions that represent the current time. 2023's official Word of the Year is Riz, beating out Swiftie, de-influencing, and situationship to be the most influential word of the year. Moving on, we have some new video game reviews of Alan Wake 2 and Spider-Man 2 by our co-host Chris, with an interview of the Little Green Men Band after our next break.
A sequel to the 2010 action horror release, Alan Wake 2 takes everything fans loved about the original and cranks the ante up to 11. While the series debut has its dedicated fans, the newcomers have had a chance to catch up with the recently released remaster. The sequel accomplishes much of what its creators initially intended, without the budgetary or technical limitations impeding on the process this time around. Starting out as a newcomer to the series, Saga Anderson, players are reintroduced to the small town of Bright Falls, hot on the trail of a murderous group known only as the Cult of the Word. They've taken to recreating the murders in author Alan Wake's best-selling crime thrillers, committing ritualistic murders in both Bright Falls and New York City, teaming up with, somewhat peculiarly, the protagonist of Alan Wake's famous series of books, Alex Casey. Players are tasked with solving the mysteries behind this cult, their connection to Alan Wake, and several other peculiarities that arise throughout the course of the game. Eventually, players will also control the titular Alan Wake, as he struggles to escape the predicament he found himself in by the end of his debut title. With an increased emphasis on tension and horror, his sections lean into the neo-noir genre, with dark alleyways, questionable allies, and an overdubbed narration by him himself. The gameplay takes a rather drastic shift from its original, leaning further into the survival horror genre of gaming. Resources are limited, save rooms are somewhat scarce, and enemies are incredibly aggressive. The series' staple mechanic, the usage of a flashlight beam to destroy darkness, is still a focal point of battles, but the scarcity of batteries makes every fight a sort of cost-benefit analysis done on the fly. Do I fight or do I run? The answer is always situational, leading to yet another layer of complexity in the gameplay. Another highlight of the game is its presentation. The original was quite heavily influenced by David Lynch and Mark Frost's acclaimed television series Twin Peaks. This time around, It's almost as if Remedy Games collaborated with the two enigmatic creatives. Live action footage is projected into a 3D environment, and cutscenes are often a mixture of both 2D and 3D performances. It all culminates in what I'd consider to be the gaming highlight of the year, a musical segment recapping the events of the original game story. Now, there are some technical issues to keep in mind. Collectibles in the environment are marked on your in-game map, and the symbols indicating the presence of the resources sometimes would get stuck on the map and would not disappear. Graphically speaking, most of the time things are fantastic, but there are occasions where sources of light in the environment or reflective surfaces lead to a shimmering, sparkling look. Still, even with some of these minor issues, it's hard to deny that the game is a grand slam in nearly every other regard. I'm giving Alan Wake 2 a 9.5 out of 10, with the only true drawbacks being the occasional graphical hiccup and the issues with the map. Swinging into 2023 with a bang, Spider-Man 2 takes everything its predecessors did and perfects it, adding tons of new combat maneuvers and traversal options for players to master. All the while, it tells a more intimate and personal story of friendship and growth, introducing a few beloved characters from Spider-Man's best movies and comics. Despite the name, this is technically Insomniac's third Spider-Man entry, after the 2018 debut and its spin-off centered around Miles Morales. Here, players assume the role of Peter Parker and Miles, teaming up to take down yet another of Spider-Man's best baddies, Kraven the Hunter, all while the older, more experienced Spidey trains his protege. The first thing players will notice is the drastic improvements to traversal. Web slinging and swinging have both gotten big upgrades, with the speed and force of your movements feeling far more rapid and fluid than before. A new addition to the series, the Web Glider, allows you to spread your arms and fly around the beautifully recreated city of New York, while utilizing wind tunnels to get around even more quickly. Combining the two movement systems makes for some of the most engaging and enjoyable experiences of the year, as the ability to do tricks between web swings and glides persists from Miles' series entry. Learning how to just get around is far from difficult, but doing so with style and grace takes plenty of practice. The barrier for entry is low, but the skill ceiling is astronomical. By around the midpoint of the game, you'll be swinging, flipping, spinning, and gliding completely effortlessly. All of this would be cool enough on its own, but just like the two titles preceding it, this Spidey game has an absolute plethora of suits to choose from. You have all sorts of outfits to pick from various comic runs, as well as a handful of outfits plucked from particularly popular movies starring the characters. Your Spider-Man are yours to customize. Speaking of customization, the combat in this entry is chock full of choice. While the previous two games gave players a number of useful tools and tricks to deal with baddies, this one removes a few of the more overpowered gadgets, replacing them with character-specific special abilities and takedowns. As far as the story is concerned, all I can say without spoiling anything is that Kraven the Hunter, Peter's best friend Harry Osborn, and a prior villain turned vigilante are a part of it. To learn more, pick this one up on PlayStation 5 as a treat to yourself for the holidays, as I'm giving this one a 9 out of 10.
Coming up next after the break, we interview our co-host Jude and his band, the Little Green Men. More on that after the break.
Unleash your potential with Pitt State's sports broadcast program. See your work go live on the screens of the MIAA network. Be the driving force behind live events as a camera operator, producer, replay operator, or even a play-by-play announcer. At Pitt State, sports passion meets the airwaves.
You can get lots of experience doing specific jobs in a wide range of fields. There's lots of opportunities between football, basketball, volleyball. We added esports this year.
The Pitt State track team are reigning national champions that have big goals for this upcoming season. Be on the lookout for home meets and come support.
I really hope to win a ring. I know we can do it. We have a wonderful and amazing team, and I want some bling on my fingers. So I really want to compete, and I really want to win a national championship.
Welcome back to the Caps 13 Variety Show. To kick things off for this segment, we will be hosting an interview with the Little Green Men. First, I'd like to thank you all for coming out to perform for us today. The first question I had was how you came up with the band name.
Start with this one. The Little Green Men band, we consider ourselves kind of a funk band. I mean, we do all different kinds of music, but we're a funk band. And funk music kind of traditionally has like a bit of a basis in like space music, you know? Like Parliament Funkadelic had a lot of space vibes, like UFOs and stuff like that. So Little Green Men is like an alien kind of name. That's how we came up with that.
Well, that's perfect. That fits perfectly. How do you all know each other? How'd you all meet?
I hand this off to Evan.
We all met pretty much because of jazz band. We're all been in it, I think, just this semester, but it's enough. Yeah.
Perfect. What are some of your primary musical influences?
I would say a lot of fusion and funk stuff. I'd say like some Snarky Puppy, some Wolfpack, some Goose. It's a big one in this band.
What are some of the venues you've played around town?
Well, because of this guy, his mom owns Roots, so we've got a nice inn there. We can play a lot. We played maybe 3 times there together. And we've done a gig for SGA in front of the Russ Hall for a cornhole tournament. And then another for another SGA thing for a U Club gig for the beginning of school. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. One more question for you. What are you guys' future aspirations?
We'll have an album coming out this year springtime called Unidentified Funky Objects. So look for it at your local retailer and Apple Music and Spotify. Thank you.
Perfect, perfect. Thank you all so much for doing this interview. We appreciate it, and thank you for playing for the show as well. We'll be right back after this.
Pittsburg State TICA is a Technology and Engineering Education Collegiate Association.
My name is Byron McKay. I am an Associate Professor for Technology and Engineering Education. So TICA is the Technology and Engineering Education Collegiate Association. It's a group of students who identify or affiliate with the International Technology and Engineering Educators Association, ITEEA. We like our acronyms, we're teachers. So it's a collegiate association for a professional teaching organization.
The mission of TICA is to provide educational experiences for students, both in opportunities for networking with professionals, the chance to hear professional seminars and sessions, a chance to network with other universities, chances to compete at an international level, and an all-around chance to grow professionally and to see what teaching is and what it can be. With TICA, normally they have monthly meetings right now on Thursday evenings. During the year, they also have special events both socially, for fundraising, and for philanthropy. During the fall, they also attend the Four States Conference at Pitt State. The students present, run the conference, and compete against other universities.
My name is Keith Lomchek, and I am the co-president of TICA. It's a really great way to just get myself out there more. It's a great way to travel, interact with new people, so for professional, not only just casually, but also professional development, so that way I can get potential job offers.
For Caps 13 News, I've been Mike Aversman.
Coming up after the break, we have a Student Center food tasting test, a track and field overview, as well as an in-depth overview of Pittsburg State's sports broadcasting program. More on that after the break.
The Pittsburg State University Student Government Association is always looking for opportunities to serve its students by advocating their concerns to the administrators and faculty.
I'm right there and accessible to where they can talk to me about it and to where then I can start to enact resolutions and different things to figure out what their problem is and how we can fix that as Student Government Association.
If you have campus concerns, visit the Student Government Association at the Overman Student Center, room 111, where the students always come first.
Welcome back to the Caps 13 Variety Show. My name is Jude.
And I'm Chris.
We have been provided some of the meals from the Overman Student Center to perform a live taste test. So let's get in and see what the Overman has to offer. We're going to start here. This is from the downstairs. This is from Einstein Bagel.
Nice. Unsurprisingly, a bagel.
It is a bagel. I can confirm that. This helps because
That's actually really good.
Yeah, it's really good. I've actually never had one of these bagels before. So.
Same. I never think to get a bagel when I go out to eat, but maybe I will now.
Yeah. It's, I guess, well seasoned. I like the flavors that come from it, because usually when you have a bagel, it's just like bread and cream cheese, and it's not really exciting to me. But this is nice. I have no idea how much it costs, but if it's on campus, it should be affordable. It's a nice bagel.
I dig it. All right, and secondly, we have pizza from Pizza Hut. Don't mind me having difficulty opening a box.
Now, I've come to understand that Pitt State University has a long history with Pizza Hut as a brand. So,
tastes as good as Pizza Hut pizza always tastes.
That's a pizza. That's real good.
And that's like the perfect size too. If
I had it my way,
classes.
yeah. If I had it my way, I would eat the rest of this right now.
If only.
The Overman Student Center provides a luxury amount of amenities, food options, studying and meeting areas, and a home base for a multitude of student-run organizations, including the Student Government Association and the Guerrilla Activities Board. Students have access to the Overman Student Center and its amenities Monday through Friday. If you are new to Pitt State and the campus area, we highly encourage you to explore the options the Student Center provides.
All right, this weekend, the Pitt State cross-country team qualified for nationals and added on to the winning culture. Reporter Nathan Watson takes us on a brief
recap. Pitt State men's track and field. It has been a year since the Pitt State men's track and field team won nationals. The men's team captured both the 2023 indoor and outdoor track and field championships and look to repeat.
Yeah, so the Pitt State track and field program is insanely good. We're a D2 program, but we make it to nationals every single year, and we're putting really good people out there every single year.
The men's and women's cross-country teams started off the race to success by both qualifying for nationals at the D2 regional cross-country meet in Missouri Southern. Pitt State has a history of recent success. In 2022, they are in first place in the outdoor national championship. The following season, in 2023, they are in first place in the indoor and outdoor track and field competition. Their success on the track has led to success in recruiting, as freshman Braylon B.K. Thompson explains why he chose Pitt State.
And there's a lot of fast people on the team, so just, if you want to win, it's probably come to Pittsburg State. If you want to get better, Pittsburg State got the coaches to, get you there.
I really hope to win a ring. I know we can do it. We have a wonderful and amazing team. And I want some bling on my fingers, so I really want to compete, and I really want to win a national championship.
I appreciate it, man. It was nice talking to you.
Caps 13 News, Nathan Watson, signing off.
There's only one way the Guerrillas plan to go in this year's playoffs, and that's straight to the top. With their unwavering determination and formidable teamwork, the Guerrillas aim to conquer every challenge on their path to the NCAA Division II playoffs. With the story is our sports analyst, David Rodriguez.
Now, as you mentioned, there's only one way this Guerrillas team is headed, and it's all started here at Carney Smith Stadium, where the abilities of our star athletes led the Guerrillas to another NCAA Division II playoff series. Veterans Day weekend, Pitt State came out on top in a close matchup, clinching their second straight MIAA crown with a 20-10 win over the University of Central Oklahoma. The battle was well fought, and fans could be heard raving from miles away as this untouchable PSU football team brought home yet another MIAA title.
Obviously, Pitt State winning that, huge victory for the back-to-back MIAA champions. Going into that game, we were down by 1 in the conference record, but then we tied them in the last game of the season, and since we beat them head-to-head, we did get to take the MIAA championship.
And it's at Caps 13 with Pitt State Sports Broadcasting, where all the action is captured by our talented student workers who use skills they've learned here in the classroom to air broadcast and build portfolios for the opportunity to work at top athletic institutions.
For a game like football, we try to have all the crew arrive 3 hours before. That gives us plenty of time to test all the connections, make sure everyone is comfortable in their position, and then start to build packages for a pregame show. That's when we start putting out cameras, we start running lines for data and power, start making sure that they're consistent and they're not cutting out.
With Caps 13 at Pittsburg State University, I'm David Rodriguez. Follow and subscribe to the MIAA Network to receive live broadcasts of your favorite teams, such as the Pitt State Guerrillas.
Coming up after the break, we'll be taking it back to the band, the Little Green Men. Stick around for another live music segment after the break.
We absolutely love doing this. It's a lot of fun. Everybody gets together, and you know, we're just, again, having fun, and it's all for a great cause.
Badges and Burgers is an annual event hosted by the Pittsburgh Police and Fire Departments. Each year, first responders grill up about 800 to 1,200 burgers to sell to the community in order to raise money for the Children's Advocacy Center. If you'd like to donate to the Children's Advocacy Center, you can visit their website cacpittsburgh.org. Be sure to follow the Fire and Police Department's Facebook pages to look out for the next Badges and Burgers event.
The Public Relations and Advertising Club is looking for new members. This club can provide professional experience in the public relations and advertising field. They work with campus clubs and local organizations to help them with their public relations and advertising needs.
We would love to have like some marketing, some graphic design students that join as well to kind of give our organization some diversity among the different departments. So definitely not just open to communication students.
This club is highly encouraged for the strategic communication emphasis. If you would like to join, you can find them on Guerrilla Engage.
We are back with the end of today's Caps 13 Variety Show. And to close today's show off, we will be giving it back to Jude and his band, the Little Green Men. Take it away, y'all.
Thank you.
Once again, thank you to Jude and his band and to all of our writers and editors who helped provide us with today's show and all of its segments. My name is Chris.
And I'm Jude.
And thank you again for tuning in to today's Caps 13 Variety Show. We'll look forward to seeing you next time.